Hey, what's up? What's up, my Pokemon lovers? It is me. I need a new intro. I need a new intro. Hello, Pokemon lovers. Welcome to another episode of Rating All Pokémon with me, Hilda. I did it again. It's not gonna change. That is now my intro line. Get over it. Last week we did some pretty lame Pokemon, in my personal opinion. This week there's some weirdos, some cool ones, and some Pokemon in the video of today. We've got 5 Pokemon ready for discussing, and they're all Pokemon that I couldn't really find that much information about, weirdly enough. But we're just gonna go with the flow. Let's do this. Today we are starting with Roselia, which is the tiny little fairy. Is it a fairy? It's not even a fairy Pokemon, is it? It's not a fairy Pokemon, but it does look a bit like a fairy. It has these little roses in its hand, looking adorable. Its flowers give out like this aroma that's really nice and soothing and calming. And the more healthy Roselia is, the more like strong the fragrances are that come from the flower. But don't be fooled, Roselia does have poisonous spikes on top of her head. Do not touch him, you'll get poisoned. It's a grass and poison Pokemon. I actually didn't know that. I thought it was just grass. I'm learning things. I am learning things, you're learning things, we're all learning things. What a great time. Roselia can lull Pokemon to sleep by using its signature move, Grass Whistle. It whistles and then the other Pokemon falls asleep. If you see a Roselia, you're like, oh, I like those flowers, let me just steal them off her tiny little hands. Don't do that, because she will attack you with very painful spikes and other things. So don't even try. Be nice to Roselia's flowers. Here's a Pokédex entry that stood out to me. Pokemon Sapphire says, on extremely rare occasions, a Roselia is said to appear with flowers in unusual colors. The thorns on this Pokemon's head contain a vicious poison. Now let's go back to that first part, unusual colors. Now this is the first time ever where I've seen a Pokédex entry that actually talks about shiny Pokemon. I think that's kind of interesting. Maybe that is me, maybe it's not focusing on my face, but yeah. That's kind of cool, right? I think it is. By the way, shiny Roselia's flowers are very goth. So that's what I wanted to say. Very goth flowers. Purple and black for the goths. Roselia is based on rose bushes because of the thorns it has, and it is also kind of based on a fairy because it looks like tiny little human and flowers. You know, Roselia's name comes from Rose and Azalea, which are 2 flowers, and I rate it 4 out of 5. Next up is number 316, Gulpin. Now, Gulpin is a bit of a weirdo. It looks like a tiny little green blob, and it does a little pouty mouth, and it's kind of strange, but also somewhat adorable, if you ask me. I don't know why, but I like weird Pokemon. Also, Gulpin, there's a Pokemon card in the Generation set that is actually one of my favorite Pokemon card artworks of all time. It is the one with the little Gulpin with a fork on its mouth, and I think it's so cute. So cute. Most of its body is made out of its stomach, which means that it can actually swallow things that are the same size as its own body. Now, Gulpin has enzymes in its stomach that allow it to digest pretty much anything apart from its own stomach. It is crazy. Another fun fact, when it is digesting things, a very disgusting smelly gas comes from its body. It's a farting Pokemon. It farts a lot. It's kind of gross. You thought Muck was gross? Nah. Gulpin, disgusting, but adorable. Kind of like my best friend. I'm sorry. So, what Gulpin is based on is kind of weird. It could be based on a single poison gland or a gallbladder. Weird. And also kind of terrifying. Not a fan of that. That's disgusting. It may also be based on snakes, because snakes are able to swallow their prey whole without even having to chew them. Alright, this fun French name fact is actually a great one. The French name for Gulpin is Gloupti, which comes from gloop, which is the sound you make when you swallow something in French, apparently, and petit gloupti. I think it's fucking hilarious. 4 out of 5. Next up is number 317, Swalot. Now Swalot is a big purple dude. I was showing Swalot to my artist, my art guy Foof, who makes drawings of the Pokemon for my thumbnails, and he was like, why the heck is a noodle coming out of its face? And I was like, shit, those do look like noodles. That's really weird. So Swalot actually has kind of the same things that Gulpin does. It can swallow things whole, it can digest anything but its own stomach. It can actually expand and contract its body at will, and it's just pretty much a big blob. Pokemon Ruby says, when Swalot spots prey, it spurts out a hideously toxic fluid from its pores and sprays the target. Once the prey is weakened, this Pokemon gulps it down whole with its cavernous mouth. Oh dear lord. Again, I just get really uncomfortable thinking about Pokemon eating other Pokemon. Shiny Swalot, best shiny. That is a cute ass shiny. Look at that color, it's my favorite color, it's so pretty. Do you own a shiny Swalot? Please send it to me. I will love you forever, and you'll get like a random Weedle I caught in return. Swalot is also based on a single giant poison gland, but it may also be based on a generic organism that uses Pseudopodia. Now I was like, I'm gonna research Pseudopodia. What the heck is that? I thought I'd research Pseudopodia thinking that it would like enlighten me. I'd be able to tell a little bit more about Swalot. So I googled Pseudopodia. Pseudopodia are temporary cytoplasm-filled projections of eukaryotic cell membranes or unicellular protists. They may be used for motility or ingesting nutrients or other particulate matter. Yes, I get it. Thank you so much, Wikipedia, for making your page completely foolproof. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So yes, that is what Swalot is based on. Hope you learned from that. I surely didn't. Now, Swalot's name may be based on the phrase swallow a lot. The German name, though, is once again super hilarious. It's Schluckweg. Schluckweg, which comes from schlucken, which means to swallow, and Dirkweg, which means regularly. So it just means swallowing regularly. Another, just for fun, the Korean name for Swalot is Kulkokmon. I'll let you think on that. 4 out of 5. Next up is number 318, Carvanha. Now Carvanha is a piranha Pokemon that looks like a piranha. I'm gonna call it a piranha because that's what it's called. It's not called a piranha. I don't know who the fuck made that up, but it's a piranha. Carvanha is a piranha Pokemon which has really sharp teeth and is able to eat through boats. Terrifying. It's a Pokemon that swarms and it will like hurt anything that intrudes its territory. It's kind of an aggressive Pokemon, but that's what you would expect from piranhas. It is a Pokemon that lives in jungle rivers, which it makes sense because so do piranhas, and that is great. Pokemon Emerald says, Carvanha attacks ships in swarms, making them sink. Although it is said to be a very vicious Pokemon, it timidly flees as soon as it finds itself alone. It's really sad. Carvanha's name comes from carve or carnivore and piranha, and that is pretty much all I have to say about Carvanha apart from that the bad guys in Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald use it a lot. Or is it just Team Aqua? Probably just Team Aqua. Team Aqua uses them a lot because they're probably like really good. 4 out of 5. Then Carvanha evolves into Sharpedo. Yes, this piranha evolves into a shark. That is how evolution goes. That is how it happens. Do not doubt Pokemon. Don't. So Sharpedo is again a really vicious Pokemon. It is one of them sharks that really likes to hurt people, It has half a body for some weird ass reason. And a really cool thing, I think, about Sharpedo is that in Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you can actually surf on a Sharpedo. It will look like a Sharpedo, and it will be much, much faster than any water Pokemon you travel on, which I think is cool as hell. Can't fish while being on a Sharpedo though, because it might kill you. So Sharpedo has a Mega Evolution where it suddenly gets battle scars. Yes, those yellow things, they're battle scars, and he suddenly gets them as it Mega Evolves. Then they go away when it's no longer Mega Evolved. Logic is a thing. So Sharpedo is really fast. It's kind of based on a torpedo, one of those things that's really fast. It can actually shoot out like a big beam of water, which makes it go really fast. It kind of launches it, just like a torpedo gets launched. So Sharpedo is named the bully of the seas because it has really sharp fangs and it attacks boats and swimmers, and it's not a great time. Don't try to avoid Sharpedo. I don't know why you'd want to own one, because they seem vicious and not huggable, and I like to hug my Pokemon. Not that I own any Pokemon because they're not real. Stop telling me Pokemon's not real. Sharpedo's shiny form is pink, and I actually don't know about this, but does your Surf Sharpedo also turn pink when you have a shiny Sharpedo in your party? I don't know. Let me know if you know, because I don't know. I don't. So Sharpedo is based on a shark, but also a torpedo, but because of its body shape, which is like the cut in half fish, it also really looks like an ocean sunfish, which is one of my favorite fish in the world because I think they're really cool. Ocean sunfish and sharks are both really well known for their really rough skin. Hey, Sharpedo has the rough skin ability. I give Sharpedo a... I am just because I feel like it. I'm gonna go with 5 out of 5, purely objective, you know what I'm like. That's it for today. I hope you learned something. I bet it was about pseudoponomenia, a very, very biological thing that I know a lot about. I don't. Are you more of a piranha person or a shark person? Let me know in the comments. I will see you again next week with another rating of the Pokemon, and I hope you have a really good week. Check out my channel if you enjoyed this video, and just subscribe or something, or just whatever you want to do that. Recommend me to your parents, and have a really, really good day. Alola. That's what they do, right? Sorry, I'm waiting for some dudes to pass by. They're talking about Call of Duty. These high schoolers, man. This is talking about Call of Duty all the day. All the day. All of the day. Roselia can lol. I hate that word. Then Piranha... No, that's not its name. And we just established that I was gonna say Piranha, not Piranha. Fuck.